Well, Bitcoin just did something insane. It hit over $50,000 yesterday. And I know we should have hopped on a live stream. Might start doing 5 live streams a week. I don't know. We'll see. But it was a big day, a big moment for Bitcoin. I'm going to be breaking down what's going on with Bitcoin right now, what's going on with the Bitcoin ETF inflows, because that's really driving so much of the spot demand we're seeing right now in Bitcoin. Got some Ethereum news for you as well. And of course, as always, taking your questions in the second half of this stream. So make sure to stick around for the good times. Welcome, everybody. Super excited to see you guys here. Thanks for joining another great live conversation on crypto. It's a good time. It's a good time. We love it. You love it. We love this market, man. I mean, come on. Where else would you want to be except in crypto? What a fun place. What a crazy place to be, man. Let's take a look at the charts. Beauty. Beauty. Look at that last weekly chart, man. Just that's a thing. Just somebody put that in a frame, put it in a museum somewhere. Anyway, we got over 50K. We're not there currently, or $49,500. Oh, no. But wow, what a day, man. What a day. 50K yesterday. That's crazy. In some ways, this cycle already is because of the Bitcoin ETF money, because of that liquidity injection and what it means and what the long-term impact of it is going to be so much crazier than previous cycles. And it's the spark. This time we get up to multi-trillion, $7, $8, $9 trillion market cap. It's going to be crazy. Man. Good stuff. I love it. You love it. Anyway, I want to share this one with you. This is pretty interesting from Neste XPT. He said, the first ever golden break before the halving. We're deviating from the 4-year cycle. Now, that's super interesting. You see, what has happened in the previous cycles? Let me break this down for you. What's happened in the previous cycles is that you get the peak price before the Bitcoin halving. Then market goes to shit. There's a rally. We get back up to the 0.618 Fibonacci line, which is about 30% below the previous all-time high. Then we get the Bitcoin halving. Then we have 6 months, and then we get a new all-time high. New all-time high in the sense that, we break over the previous high. Final peak price might come 12 to 18 months after the Bitcoin halving. Now, what has never happened before is that we have never before the Bitcoin halving, crossed over the 0.618 line. This is exactly what has just happened. Interesting. That kind of fits in with the idea of the basically left curve, essentially that we are going to see this cycle play out quicker than previous cycles. Yeah, we still get this horrible U.S. recession, and 2025 is this terrible year economically, so on and so forth. And look, that's a theory I'm open to. Remains to be seen what plays out. In this theory, we see Bitcoin go to 250, 300K by the end of the year. It's absolute insanity. Blah, 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 blah. Everybody gets rich. Most people forget to sell. We all ride our bags back down minus 99% in 2025 is the idea. Will it play out like that? I don't know. But history, it does rhyme, isn't it? But it doesn't repeat. Here's an example of it not repeating. It's interesting. Now, does that necessarily mean that, okay, well, because we broke through that line, now we're going to go blah, 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 blast up super high? No, not necessarily, okay? Maybe that's a local top. Probably not, but maybe that's a local top and it's almost a double top. And then we come crashing back down to 38K again and run it all back up because some scary news comes out tomorrow. Gosh knows what happens. Always there's a possibility, right? Again, I'm not super worried about the price action tomorrow or the day after or next week. I'm more thinking about what's going to happen during the cycle. I'm looking at trillions of dollars coming into the market and how that's going to affect my portfolio. Newsflash, spoiler alert, number's probably going to go up a lot. It's crazy to think. Only $2 trillion market cap. Not even crypto right now. We're probably going to what, 6, 7, 8 trillion, 9 trillion. Think about this. Here's a number to ponder in the old noggin there. If Bitcoin goes to $150,000, which doesn't even sound that crazy, does it, these days? We're almost at 50K and there's like no euphoria on the timeline. Nothing crazy is happening. If you think about last time we were at this kind of market cap, market was going crazy, man. April, by the way, going up. That was April 2021. crazy times. That's nearing the blow off top in the market, or the peak price at the moment. Now, no euphoria. Everyone's just kind of, yeah, crypto's there. It's whatever. The herd is not even here yet. So if Bitcoin goes to 150K, that's a $3 trillion market cap asset. So if Bitcoin goes to 150K, what happens to altcoins? Because in case you're new around here, okay, here's the deal. There's no way Bitcoin goes to 150K and altcoins don't go absolutely bonkers. If Bitcoin goes to $3 trillion market cap, altcoins are at least going to 2, bare minimum, super bear case. That's a double of where they currently are. Probably going to 3 or 4. What happens to your mid caps? Your mid cap altcoins are doing 20x in this situation. Your top altcoins are doing 10x at least. No one's bullish enough. At least not adequately. I know we all think we're bullish enough. Man, you think about those numbers and it's crazy. Satoshi Flipper saying, at first I thought 55K was feasible. Boy, oh boy, move over 50K for me means BTC is looking for a new all-time high. And there's no way that all happens before the halving. In fact, BTC getting rejected at 50K. So it can range for a little bit. Well, alt absolutely moon to be healthier for everybody. It would be nice. Well, you would just, let's cycle it up. Let's not go too fast, Bitcoin. Okay. Let's just, don't drink all the beer at once, man. Have a beer, talk to some people, relax. Okay. Take it. It's a long party, man. It's a long party. Don't drink too fast. You'll be in the ditch. We've all been there. Some of us have been there. Anyway, it's nice to have a nice measured run here for the market. If we have a nice chill out zone now, altcoins have a little thing, and then we just repeat that, 2 steps forward, 1 step back the whole way up. That's a good way for the market to move. Here's an interesting one. Fun fact, Bitcoin has been higher than 50K for only 144 days in its entire existence, which is insane. That's totally, totally crazy. It's just 2.44% of his lifetime. And what's funny is that next bear market, thinking ahead, what's the bottom of the next bear market going to be? If we go to 200K and we have a 75% drawdown, then 50K, maybe 40K, is the bottom of the next bear market. So buying now, you can run the whole cycle and run back down and still be around the same price, likely. Maybe it's going to be higher because the ETF money won't exit as much. We'll see. It's an unknown. We need to see how much money comes into the ETFs, how much money goes into bigger ETF products that kind of lock it up more long term. Because a lot of the ETF money, you got to remember, just because it's going in right now doesn't mean it won't come out later. Okay. Hey, real quick shout out to today's sponsor as well before we dive into the big ETF news for today. And of course, that is iTrust. Thanks to iTrust for sponsoring today's stream. Now, look, if you want to do tax-free trading for your crypto, iTrust is a way that you can do that. So you can have your individual retirement account or roll over your 401k or something else into an iTrust account. And there you can then trade top coins, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Chainlink, XRP, Cardano, whatever. They got a lot of the top stuff over here. And you can do 1,000 trades, 10,000 trades. What if you're really that busy on iTrust and not have a single taxable event because you are wrapping your crypto trading in a tax-free structure, which long-term could really, really play out in your favor. They also have physical gold and silver from the guys over at Kitco. So if you want to diversify a bit out into gold and silver, they can help you out with that too. This is a 365-day a year, 24/7 service, unlike a Bitcoin ETF. Of course, you have access to all the altcoins here on iTrust. But unlike a Bitcoin ETF, it only trades Monday to Friday, 9 to 4, excluding bank holidays. Crypto markets are 365, man. You need access to your coins. You need to be able to move on market moves. iTrust helps you do that. There's a link down below. You'll get a $100 funding bonus when starting your iTrust account. So check it out. And thanks again to iTrust for sponsoring today's live stream. Okay, so let's talk about some grayscale Bitcoin. GBT sell-off, largely over. We've only had some tiny outflows recently. And I know we still have Digital Currency Group, which wants to sell 1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin. They haven't been approved by the courts for that yet, but they will be probably. And then they'll sell that. And then whatever, that'll be something for people to panic about in a few weeks' time. Oh my gosh, the sky is falling. Somebody's going to sell some Bitcoin. And then other people are going to buy it. ETF funds now hold over 216,000 Bitcoin. ARK's Bitcoin ETF has passed $1 billion in holdings. These numbers just keep going up. Cool. I dig it. I dig it, man. Look at this. BTC ETF inflows. Take myself off the screen there real quick. Look at that. $500 million the other day. We're seeing some huge numbers come through here. We're seeing huge volumes come through as iShares Bitcoin Trust, 846 million in volume. And look at this chart. This chart's crazy. We had a $405 million net inflow day. That's new cash coming into the market. 541 million, 493 million. I haven't seen the numbers for today, but even if they've dropped by 90% today, it's still significant. So we're talking about huge numbers here. Huge numbers. Now you have to understand. We've seen basically 3 days in a row now of approximately, if we take the average of those, it's $495 million per day. Let's say $500 million. $500 million, round it up. You know how much Bitcoin the miners produced yesterday? About $45 million worth. The day before that, about $45 million. The day before that, about $45 million worth. So what you're telling me right now is that the inflows to these Bitcoin ETF products, just the Bitcoin ETF product, we're not talking about anything else, nothing else, not retail buyers buying on Coinbase, not banks, not millionaires, not family offices, not billionaires, not other countries, not sovereign wealth, nothing else. Just Bitcoin ETF inflows in the last 3 days. They bought, this is perspective for you to understand where we're going and how crazy this shit's about to get. The last 3 days, they bought more than 10x of what miners produced every single day. That means the last 3 days of Bitcoin ETF inflows bought the equivalent of an entire month of Bitcoin miner production in 3 days. 3 freaking days. That's not accounting for, again, any other buy pressure from anywhere else. Just US Bitcoin ETFs. This is how we go to 100K. This is how the market cycle gets absolutely insane. Look at the money coming in right now. These are insane numbers. What? That's crazy, man. That is absolutely crazy. This market. Hey, let's cool it down a little bit here and talk about some other burning stuff. Some altcoin news. Look at this. This is for Polkadot. So RFC number 10 has been approved by fellowship. Basically, core time sales revenue will initially be burned. So that's adding another deflationary mechanism to DOT, which is good. This is exactly the kind of stuff that Polkadot needs. Polkadot needs these mechanisms to help create good token flow, essentially, right? You need some good burning to be happening in the background here to create that demand. The more the network gets used, the more tokens get burned. Good for the price of holders, okay? Look, I know Polkadot's been down and out for a bit, but Polkadot 2.0 is coming, and I think it'll be a big move for Polkadot when it comes, and it'll eventually, not yet, we're not quite there yet, but when the time comes, it'll be filling up your timeline quite a bit is my guess. Hey, look at this, $1.5 trillion asset manager Franklin Templeton filing for a spot Ethereum ETF. That's the next thing that we're going to come up to. That's the next thing we're coming up to. Also, we see Peter Thiel's fund put $100 million into Ethereum because they know what's coming. They like easy money. They know ETH's going to go from $2,500 up to $10,000 during this cycle. So they buy $100 million worth. They're going to sell it for $400 million later, make $300 million profit. Because that's how the game's played. They see what's happening. They understand what's happening. They understand the potential impact of an Ethereum ETF. Franklin Templeton, the latest to apply. We also have Fidelity that's applied. I'm pretty sure ARK has applied and BlackRock has applied for Ethereum spot ETFs. It's coming May 23rd, is probably when we're going to get it. So what does that mean? look exactly what's just happened with the Bitcoin ETF, and I'd expect a very similar situation to play out. We're going to see ETH have a run up closer to the time, and ETH's been performing nicely recently. I say we probably get anywhere $3,500 to $4,000. Then ETF's approved. Grayscale, Ethereum gets unlocked. Digital Currency Group starts dumping their ETH. Investors have been locked up for a while. They start dumping their ETH and going over to BlackRock and other funds because, of course, they will. The only reason anybody still has Bitcoin locked up with Grayscale is because they don't want to take any capital gains taxes right now. They'd rather wait until a more opportune time to sell in the cycle, in spite of the fact that Grayscale has these crazy high fees. Basically, Grayscale is holding their customers hostage right now, which is crazy, but true. So once you get an Ethereum ETF approved, yeah, short-term sell the news. Price of ETH goes down 20% from $3,500 down to the upper 22,000 range. Then, as we are now seeing with the Bitcoin ETF, the buying pressure starts coming in. So after we see the selling and the buying sort of equalize after a few weeks, the selling subsides, the buying pressure continues. So you have, what do we have here? We have the Ethereum burn going on, reducing the supply by about 0.2, 0.3% a year right now. 30 million ETH in the staking contract, representing 25, 26% of all Ethereum out there. EIP 4844 is coming really soon. That's going to reduce fees on the Ethereum layer 2s by 10 to 100x. That means Starknet, Arbitrum, Optimism, ZK Sync, all this stuff is going to cost pennies to use. It's going to be cost competitive literally with Solana and stuff like this, and Polygon. It's going to be cheap, 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 cheap. With the Denkun upgrade, which is going to make layer 1 a little more scalable. Don't expect like dramatic things to happen, but it will make it a little more scalable, a little bit cheaper to use Ethereum layer 1, which is good because it's stupidly priced now. I mean, yeah, hey, I can afford to use Ethereum. It's a real flex these days, but it will get better. Then you add in this Ethereum ETFs. We are setting up for the perfect storm for the entire crypto market because Bitcoin and Ethereum, the two big dogs that make up 70% of the entire cryptocurrency market. And if you added everything Ethereum based, all the layer 2s, all the protocols, all the stable coins, you're probably looking at 85 to 90% of the entire crypto market exposed to those two assets. Okay. And they're getting the biggest liquidity boost this market's ever going to see. Once in a generation liquidity event. Okay. I don't know how to make it any more clear. Are you betting against that? I'm not. Somebody is. I'm not taking the other side of that bet though. And of course, lots of hot new coins coming out all the time. This is one actually I'm a private sale investor in. By the way, if you want to see my full risk statements, because I'm investing in cryptocurrency risky, you can lose all your money. Or if you would like to see my full portfolio disclosures, all the coins currently in my portfolio, all of my venture investments, you'll find a link to that in the description or on the pinned comment on X. Anyway, Analog, a layer 0 coin. They've just closed their $16 million funding round for their cross-chain communication tools. And they're running a registration right now to get signed up for their testnet, which airdrop. You'll find a link for that. I shared it on X yesterday, I think. So if you want to get on the registration list for the testnet, check that out. But it's coming. Another airdrop, man. Look, this is airdrop season. If you're fading one of the biggest metas of 2024, of course, if you're in America, you're getting screwed because you're getting protected by the SEC. You're not allowed to test software in America. Testing software in America is a crime. You're a criminal if you want to test software in America. Land of the free. Crazy, isn't it? You're not allowed to leverage trade. You're not allowed to invest in pre-IPO stocks. You're not allowed to invest in token sales. You're not allowed to get airdrops because the government thinks you're a child. The government wants to protect you from getting rich. You can't have a bunch of people getting rich out here. What would they do? And they want your tax money, but they definitely don't want you to be getting a bunch of money. Yeah. Anyway, hey, let's talk about number go up tech, and then we're going to take your questions. Chris Bernisky saying after all-time high is the expansion. Everything before is just a rerun. Yeah, when we cross over into a new high, strap on, because that's when things get crazy. Last two cycles, here's perspective for you. Last two cycles, what's happened? Last two cycles, we saw Bitcoin in 2020 go up by 100% in the 4 weeks after it crossed over its previous all-time high. So it went from 20K to 40K in the space of 4 weeks. If you go back to the 2016 breakout, we had a breakout, retest, and then within 12 weeks, we'd seen the price of Bitcoin go up by 150% before there was any sort of real major correction. That's going to happen this year. That's going to happen this year, guys. Watch out for it. You know what the number one marketing tool for crypto is? The number going up. Quite simply. The best thing that communicates the most to the most amount of people is the number going up. When do people like Bitcoin? When the number's going up. When do people like Ethereum? When the number's going up. Nobody wants to buy it when it's 20K. When Bitcoin's 75K, everybody's going to want to buy it. When Bitcoin's 100K, everybody's going to want to buy it. When Bitcoin's 150K, everybody's going to want to buy it. Except for probably the smart money buying Bitcoin ETFs right now. They're going to sell at 150K and dump on all the retail people coming in, buying the top, essentially. But the number going up, it's what brings people into the market. Good news. I have good news for you. You're here now before the number has gone up too significantly. We're still under the all-time highs for Bitcoin and Ethereum. Yeah, there's small coins that have hit all-time highs, BitTensor and some of these new layer ones, Celestia, whatever, Dimension, hot new airdrop came out. The stuff like this, yeah, these coins are doing well initially. The big boys, though, still so far off. Solana, Avalanche, Polygon, ages away from all-time highs. They'll get there. They'll get there. And as the numbers keep going up, more people come in, which causes the numbers to go up. And this happens and happens and happens until essentially you run out of buyers. Then the market turns over. Then we drop by 70 to 90% and have another time of gnashing of teeth and pulling of hair, huh? Okay. Hey, final note before we dive into your questions. If you're not yet signed to the Wealth Master newsletter, best damn newsletter in crypto. I know I say it all the time, but I say it because it's true. Every single issue packed full of value, value, value. We have Airdrop Alpha, Altcoin Alpha, the news, because the newsletter, DeFi tutorials, technical analysis. We talk about NFTs and much, much more. You can get signed up and join our 100,000 plus weekly readers for free using the link down below in the description. Thank you very much. Okay, so let's do it, guys. It's that time. It's that time for me to fish for a Perrier sponsorship. Let's go. It's legit hot in the office. I turned the AC off, so it's making a bunch of noise. It gets pretty toasty in here in the afternoon, so I do need a bit of water. Anyway, let's do some questions, guys. What do you want to talk about today? Jokes aside, let's get serious. Ryan, Lark, what kind of beer do you enjoy? Well, I don't drink beer very often these days, to be honest. When I do have a beer, I usually don't go for anything super fancy, man. I just have a lager or something. I know. I should be having like super crazy, whatever. Actually, New Zealand's beer scene is super good. And sometimes I'll be more adventurous and get some, one of those mixed 6-packs or something. It's got a bunch of different beers in it. But yeah, I tend to find that I mostly just enjoy a nice, crisp lager. Very cold on a hot day. There you go. But I don't have those very often these days. Okay. No staking. It's a trap. It's a trap. It's a trap. Admiral Akbar, man. Shout out Star Wars. What up? I don't know if that was in response to something else, but I just like to say about staking. One thing you need to keep in mind with staking, if you are staking your coins, is that there'll become a time in the market when you want to unstake your coins. You want to do it in advance. A lot of staking contracts require like a month to unstake your coins. And it's all good to stake your coins during the bear market. It's all good to stake your coins during the early bull market phases. 2025, you probably want to unstake your coins. You have to think of it like this. If you unstake your coins in January 2025, as an example, you're going to miss out on, because you're flexible, right? It takes a month to unstake. So now February, you have your coins, they're in your wallet. You can sell them whenever you want to. Okay. Now you're going to say, well, yeah, but I'm going to miss out on 5, 6, 7, 8% APY for the year. True, you are. But if your sell target, if the thing pumps, your sell targets get reached, you can sell. And I'll tell you what, you're going to make a lot more money selling the coin you bought for 10 cents at 10 bucks on time versus staking it and selling it for $5, but you got an extra 5% of tokens because you were staking. Okay, so you got to keep this in mind. You have to plan for this. You have to plan for this. When you start seeing the markets getting really heated up, it's time to unstake your coins if you're selling. If you're riding multi-cycle with your bags, well, that's a different story. But just there you go. Thoughts for you. Pew Boom 2, Lark, thanks for the airdrop video. You're welcome. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. It's a really alpha-packed video, man. Where are we at? How much do alts run after BTC top percent-wise? And say if we see... Look, it's... Okay, so how much gains will altcoins put in once Bitcoin tops out? Essentially, it's the question, if I understand it correctly. It's non-definitive, okay? I can't say, well, it's definitely going to happen this percentage, right? But what we know, generally, Bitcoin tends to move first in the market, after which in the following few weeks, altcoins tend to move the most. So, for example, in 2021, if we look back, go look at the charts, you'll get a good answer on how you can see the market move. 2021, April, we had the Pi cycle top indicator flash for Bitcoin. Within 2 weeks of that, we saw altcoins top out. About 10, 11 days later, we hit the peak. Significant gains were had. Significant gains. A lot of ETH went up like, I don't know, 100% or something at that time. It was crazy. And a lot of other altcoins went absolutely just straight up Burj Khalifa it, man. So we see huge, huge gains happen at that point, because that's that 150K, for example, when we get it, that's the normie signal. That's the signal for the herd to come, for the exit liquidity to come, for the people that you're going to sell your bags to come. Hey, it's not kumbaya, guys. I got bad news for you. It's not kumbaya. We're not all going to have some orderly exit. There's not be some guy there with, his light sticks, be like, everybody this way, time to sell. No, the vast majority of the people are going to come in and buy at the wrong time. The wrong time. You're here now. You bought at the right time, hopefully. So you will be able to sell to the latecomers. Just how it works, man. Anyway, where will Sol be in that situation? Just pulling the number out of my butt. I'm not watching the Solana charts super close, but I would not be surprised to see Solana topping out at $800 to $1,000 peak price. Not many people will sell that peak price, but you'll probably have a few days where you can sell Solana at like over $700-800 bucks, would be my guess. Not financial advice, just an opinion from a dude on the internet, okay? Okay, where are we up to next? AA, what's the question? If you have to choose between Matic, XRP, or Cardano in terms of safe investment, price appreciation for the next 18 months, what will it be? I would choose Matic 100%. I'm not the biggest XRP fan, and I think that they've got a lot more competition. Look, when I first bought XRP back in the day, okay, back in 2017, I used to hold XRP. The use case, the value proposition I felt so much different back then, because it was really a good use. Okay, super, super cheap on-chain fees, value transfer. Now we have all these stable coins running across Solana and Ethereum layer 2s and stuff. Do we really need XRP? I know they got big banking partners and stuff. It's just not my bag, man. I'm not into XRP. Wouldn't do it for me. My opinion, again, I'm not telling you what to buy. In terms of Cardano, I had my time with Cardano. We made some nice money. I think Cardano's got a real uphill battle this market cycle. They really, really got to get people on chain. They really got to get their total value locked up. They really got to activate their community, activate their developers, get applications and NFT marketplaces and games that people can't resist. Because right now, maybe I'm in the wrong places, but right now I am seeing all of the mind share talking about Ethereum layer 2s, talking about what's happening on Solana, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And even though Cardano is still a top 10 coin, I'm not seeing it get as much love personally. And Polygon Matic, man, dude, these guys, holy crap. Made a lot of money off them last cycle. Great coin. Loved it. I have not rebought a bag, but if I had to choose between those three, it would 100% be Matic, man. These guys, hardcore builders, big time bear market builders. Polygon ZK EVM's coming. There's the rebranding of the Matic token to the Pauls token. There's huge partnerships, huge on-chain activity. Like, I don't know. For me, it would be Matic, 100%. Other people are going to have different opinions on that, and they'll have very, very strong opinions in a different direction on that. But if it were me and somebody said you can only invest in one of these 3 coins, my answer would be Matic for the reasons just mentioned. Okay, where are we up to here? Any thoughts on Stellar Lumens? Man, no, no thoughts on Stellar. Is anybody doing anything literally with Stellar Lumens anymore? Probably. Look, I have not thought about Stellar Lumens in the longest time, since I guess probably somebody else asked about it, a question on a live stream before, but then before that had been years. No one's really talking about Stellar Lumens these days, and it's actually surprising to see them. But there's quite a few coins that are just, man, they feel old. They feel like, why is this still here in the top 50 even? Like Bitcoin Cash, why is it a top 20 coin? Litecoin, Ethereum Classic, like what are these coins doing in the top 50 at all? Like, I know the people who support them and stuff like that. I'm not trying to crap on your bags. Okay, I hope you make money, whatever you're invested in. Okay, to be very, very clear. I just don't see the point. Stellar Lumens even in the top 50 anymore? It's probably here somewhere. Where the heck is it? Let me find it. Let's see where it's at here. XLM. I'm just curious where it's sitting at on the thing here. Oh, number 32. Okay, number 32. So look, I'm sure there's something happening on chain for Stellar Lumens. I know back in 2017, we had the first apps and stuff coming out there was some activity happening on Stellar Lumens. I don't know what's happening. It might be like this huge ecosystem that I have just no idea about because I can't pay attention to every coin in the universe. But again, I just don't really hear people getting excited about Stellar Lumens. I feel like some of these nerdy TradFi sort of coins that it's going to have its use case and people who like it, and it'll get some banks on board and stuff, but not feeling it, man. Not feeling it. If out of the top 50, it would be one of the probably top 10 coins I would not put my money in personally. Personal opinion, again, not telling you what to do with your money. I hope that you make truckloads of money off Stellar Lumens if you have a bag of it, okay? Okay, where are we up to? Daniel, in November 2020, it's November 2025. Bitcoin's at 200K. Altcoins have 100X. Would you still 100% sell 100% of your BTC or keep some in the event of a super cycle? I'm not planning on selling 100% of my Bitcoin. I can't do it. I have an emotional attachment to it. It's a real problem. I can't do it. It's not going to happen. But my altcoins, yeah. Oh, yeah, the altcoin bags. Peace. Sayonara, babies. Peace. Peace out. Let's go. And if I sell my altcoin bags, and look, just the numbers is not enough, by the way. I'd like to point that out. I really think social sentiment is such an important thing. Chart indicators, yeah. RSI on Bitcoin monthly over 90. Holy crap, warning signal. Pi cycle top indicator. I have a theory that could actually pop off before it actually tops because of the Bitcoin ETF inflows. That's just a theory. I don't know. We'll see how it plays out. Don't want to be caught on the wrong side of that again. But if when Bitcoin's at 200K, November 2025, if Coinbase app's number 1, Crypto.com app's top 10, Binance app's top 10, if we're seeing Rolexes and Mercedes all over the timeline, if the New York Times is saying new paradigm of money vibes, if Jimmy Fallon's just bought $1 million NFT, probably time to get out. And look, you always take the risk. I will probably sell a few of my Bitcoin and then hope to rebuy lower. And if I don't, well, I still have a giant bag of Bitcoin. I don't really care. It's going to be fine. But the altcoins, man, the altcoins are going to go. See you later. There's no real, I can't find a good reason to hold altcoins into the bear market. None of them. Not a single one. Not a single one. Every single one of them will be cheaper during the bear market. And if I get it wrong and there's a super cycle, whatever, man. Because by that point, there'll be so much money. Who cares? Who cares? Oh, no. You missed out on a further 100% gains. You only got $20 million instead of 40. What are you going to do? Right? But yeah, look, the super cycle talk's dangerous to an extent because in a way, we've always been in a super cycle. Markets just keep going up over time. Japan had a crazy thing. Japan had basically a 30-year bear market, and they just this week hit new all-time highs for the Nikkei index, which is insanity in markets, by the way. Will the same thing happen for U.S. markets and all that stuff? I mean, if we have a huge meltdown of U.S. debt, yeah, U.S. stock markets could have a bad decade. It happens in markets. Will crypto follow along with it? I mean, US is one of the biggest, most important crypto markets, so it certainly wouldn't be good for crypto markets if that happens. But crypto is not just an America thing, it's an everybody thing, which is why it's such an exciting marketplace to be in. But that super cycle talk, that kind of talk that you're going to start hearing when the markets get really, really crazy is dangerous talk. Because that's the kind of talk that you hear, and it convinces you not to sell when it's time to sell. Okay, where are we up to? All right, we're, as always, I'm like 10 minutes behind in the chat here. Let's zoom up here and try and catch up a little bit, guys. All right, where are we at? Are you familiar with Zeta Chain? The only thing I'm familiar with is they didn't give me an airdrop. Bastards. I will never forgive you, Zeta Chain. No, I did not do enough stuff on chain, okay? I went over, I did a few tasks. It was not sufficient. I did not get my airdrop. It's all cool, man. That's how airdrop games work. Other than that, I know like nothing about Zeta. So I wasn't there for the tech. I was there to try and farm an airdrop, and it didn't work, which happens. Okay, where are we up to? A lot of good questions here, guys. James saying Lark Polkadot is an easy 8x from its previous, also $400. I could easily see it doubling. Oh, it's 8x currently from its all. Okay, I got you. Sorry, I was reading the question long. Polkadot's an 8x from its previous all-time high. I could easily see it doubling this cycle. Isn't Polkadot worth love at its current price? Yeah. I'm holding my Polkadot bags, guys. I got my Polkadot bags. I got more DOT the other day, actually, as a payment for, I'm helping the Polkadot Foundation spread some news about their upcoming dead meme coin. We're doing some Twitter posts and stuff on that. And I think we're going to do a couple shout outs here on YouTube, but not today, right? We'll do that properly with a sponsorship announcement when that happens. But they paid me in DOT for that. And I was like, oh, DOT at 650 or whatever the payout came in. I was like, that's juicy. I'll just add that right into my bag. Thank you very much. So, yeah, I think DOT's relatively juicy in these areas. I think the hype hasn't been there yet. I hope Polkadot 2.0 gets more hype, to be honest, coming for Polkadot. Probably will. I'm not wedded to that bag. I will sell that Polkadot bag in the future. 2x its previous all-time high. $100 per DOT, basically. Yeah, why not? That doesn't sound crazy at all. Okay, where are we up to? Your thoughts on Avalanche? New paradigm money vibes, baby. No, I'm a big Avalanche fan, actually. But a big AVAX fan. Bought a bunch more of that during the bear market. It's good. It's played out pretty well so far. I remember I bought some at like $18 or something, and then it went down. I was like, crap. But it played out fine. Now it's worth twice as much. So that's all good. It's all good. Big AVAX fan. I think the AVAX tech is great. I think we're getting a lot of people excited about Avalanche. A lot of people showing up on Avalanche. A lot of people doing things on Avalanche. Yeah, I think it's got a great potential during this bull run, as well as my Trader Joe bags, which is one of the biggest decentralized exchanges on the Avalanche and Arbitrum blockchains, which pays out in real yield in USDC, which is fantastic. Trader Joe is life. No, I love my Trader Joe bags. Look, my AVAX bags, great. They're staking. They're chilling. Can we get some airdrops to AVAX stakers, Avalanche Foundation, and Avalanche developers? Come on, man. Join the party. Join the party. Let's go. Okay. DC378. Great sentiment. I love it. He says, this time is different line will be the Bitcoin won't crash this time because TradFi is here. 100%. When we start getting crazy prices, you're going to hear all kinds of this stuff. Oh, we're not going to get a 70% downturn this time because, Wall Street's here. Let me tell you this. Let me tell you this very, very clearly so you understand the game. The people buying Bitcoin right now, it's largely smart money. It's institutional funds and stuff like that starting to come to Bitcoin because they now can. Retail, to an extent, yes, but the retail herd has not arrived yet. Starting to see tricklings of it. More people coming to live streams and stuff like that. Shout out, guys. What's up? I see you guys. Thank you for coming and hanging out. But here's the deal. What happened last cycle? Everybody got super excited about different big financial players that were buying Bitcoin when it was like 20K. Like, oh my God, these guys bought Bitcoin. This is so cool. They're like believers in the Satoshi revolution, man. Super cycles here. These guys didn't give a shit. When these guys saw easy money on the table, they took it. They bought it 20K or 15K, and then they sold it 45, 50, 60K. And then everybody said, how could they sell? But it's Bitcoin. Yo, they just made 300% on their money. That's why they sold, because they're not here for the revolution. They're not here for Satoshi's vision of the future of a more equitable world of finance, a more powerful world of financial tools and freedom for people. They don't care. And so these same people buying these Bitcoin ETFs right now, they can sell those later. It's not a black pit where they just send money and it never comes back out. No. They buy the Bitcoin ETF today, they can sell it when it's 150K. That'll be the big story of late 2025. Bitcoin exiting BlackRock, Fidelity, ARK, all these big funds will see multi-billion-dollar drawdowns as money flees back to cash. And that Bitcoin then gets sent to Coinbase and dumped on the market, and the price starts to go down. Same will happen with Ethereum ETFs. And that'll, of course, cause a depegging probably in the liquid staked Ethereum arena, with the whole rehypothecation and restaking and all the craziness going on there, which will cause significant cascades of liquidations and giant sell-offs, and there'll be pain and tears, but you won't care because you sold. You sold. You're on that yacht with your wife or your husband. Shout out to the ladies in the audience. I know there's only according to statistics, it's like 1 in 20 people watching my channel are women, but you can be sailing off with your husband in the Caribbean on your beautiful yacht with your kids, with your grandkids, whatever it is, enjoying the bear market because you sold. I like that. Thanks for the comment, DC378. Okay, 1 or 2 more here, guys, and then we will finish up for today. Lots of great ones here. Lots of great questions, guys. Juicy bull run coming. It is. 100%. 100%. Slack Hoffman says, looking for some AI plays. There's a lot of great AI coins out there. You can, if you want to take safer bets, I don't know, look for some big pullbacks in some of the ones that have already been strong. Next time there's a big correction in the market, watch for, Render or Tau or something like that. Get those on a pullback. We see all kinds of new stuff coming out too, whether you want to think about something like EMC, which is Edge Matrix Computing. Pretty cool, very low cap. We're talking about that one actually in our 10x to 10K to 100K portfolio in the newsletter, by the way. In case you haven't checked that out, go check that out. We're going to be talking about every week, trying to run a portfolio from 10K to 100K using low caps and farming airdrops and all that stuff. So we'll see how that goes. But if you want to join that adventure, go and check out the newsletter. There's lots of great ones out there, man. Lots of great AI stuff going on in crypto. Just keep in mind that a lot of hot air out there too. A lot of BS, a lot of companies using the AI word in the same way they used whatever else, whether it be NFTs back in the day. You watch these companies over time and you'll see how many of these companies pivot to whatever the next hot thing is. They never had a vision in the first place. Oh, we're DeFi now. Oh crap, we're actually NFTs now. Oh wait, we're actually metaverse now. Oh, hey, actually, you know what, guys, we're an AI thing too. Yeah, just be careful, okay? Okay. Last one here for you guys. C29 Rome says, I feel you about holding on to BTC. What percentage of your BTC bag do you feel comfortable with letting go? See, initially I thought up to a third. Might only be like 20%. Because that just leaves me in a situation where I've got enough Bitcoin that's going to be held for another 10 years. I'm going to be very happy with that stack. And the Bitcoin that is sold will be with the idea to rebuy. And I'm sure I won't perfectly time the top. If I can get out at 150K and it goes up to 250K, well, it's still going to come down 75% from 250K, and I'll be able to rebuy for 80K, for example, or whatever it's going to be. So we'll do okay. All right, guys, let's finish up for today. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for joining the chat. Thanks so much for coming out and hanging out and talking crypto with me. I love it. You guys are awesome, and I'll see you in the next stream.